All right, welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about the amazing Spider-Man, the Bombastic Bagman. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this guy, well, he's been out for a long time. This is where Peter Parker went to the Fantastic Four, and he had Reed Richards separate him from the Venom symbiote. And of course, he didn't have a costume, so he donned a Fantastic Four costume, and he didn't have a mask, so he put a paper bag on his head. Unfortunately, you know, Johnny Blaze, yeah, Mr. whatever, Fire. Oh, I can't think of his name. Anyways, yeah, Johnny from the Fantastic Four, him and Peter Parker, they didn't really get along, so he played a prank on him. And he went and put a kick me sign on his back, which was great. But this was actually one of Johnny Storm's. There it is. Not Johnny Blaze. That's Ghost Rider. So I apologize. But Johnny Storm gave him one of his extra Fantastic Four suits. So that's why he's wearing it. And yeah, so here you have him, and here he is. And he doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories. He comes with a few things. So this will probably be a quick video. I'll try to get him into a couple poses for you guys, do some comparisons, and then we will end this video. So let's get in and take a look at the accessories that he comes with. A set of wall crawling hands and 2 fists. Next, he comes with a kick me sign. That's great. Now, okay, so let's talk about the Bombastic Bagman. I always like to call him Mr. Bombastic, you know. But the Bombastic Bagman here, Peter Parker in a different suit, which is cool. And it's been a long time, and finally here he is in all of his glory. I know this is one of the figures that's kind of hard to get if you missed out on getting him when he was out on the actual shelves. Now mine, I've had him put away for quite some time. I just decided to dig him out and decided to do a review on him because, well, I have a collection and I have not reviewed all the pieces that are in my collection. So I figured I'd go through a little bit at a time and I will do reviews on them. Anyway, now let's get in and take a look at this guy. So this guy here, of course, he's got a brown bag on his head with holes, you know, cut out on it. There is a version where they were drawn on here in the comic, but this one here, you know, that he cut out, which is pretty funny because mine are actually uneven. So he's kind of got that, like that Jason Voorhees lazy eye look type coming out of the bag right here on this side. Y'all know what I mean when he had that burlap sack on his head. So anyway, it's nicely done. And I know this was done in the old Toy Biz, right? Back in the day, smaller version before it became 6-inch. I like the way they did the Fantastic Four emblem on here. Black, I got a little bit of smudge there. Big whoop. Going down to the hands, black. He's mostly casted in blue, and then his feet are painted, and then I have an actual, that's a number, that's not a paint smudge on the bottom of his foot, that's actually a stamp of whatever number it was on the actual card back. Okay, now let's roll in right into this guy's articulation. So can he look up? You know what, he can look up better than some figures, I can tell you. And he's got a bag that is kind of holding him back right here, but it works. And yes, there is a head. I want to show that off. Excuse me, there is a head underneath there. It's just weird. I'm not going to try and get the bag off of there, you know, because I popped the head off and it's kind of just like a block the way that they did the head. But it has eyes. It's probably all glued on there anyway. Time you heat it up and all that stuff, you probably ruin something. So I'm not going to try. He can look down that far. He has great head tilt for a sandwich bag head, and he can turn side to side. Now, as far as his arms moving out, I mean, look at that. I mean, just like butter, they move, and they should, nice and smooth. He has a nice shoulder rotation. He has bicep rotation, and he's double jointed arms, which you can get that, hey, which way to the beach type pose on him. He has some wrist swivel, and then his wrist can move back and forth like so. Moving down to the actual torso here, so we've all seen this cut out before. Yes, he can crunch that far forward, which is not bad whatsoever. And he does have a waist rotation As far as coming down here to the actual waist, the legs can move out that far. Now that's sad for a Spider-Man figure because, you know, they should be able to move out a lot further than that. Yeah, I mean, it is Spider-Man after all, just in the Fantastic Four costume. Now, as far as coming down here, he has a nice thigh swivel and he has double jointed legs, yeah, double jointed knees, and they bring him all the way up. So that's not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. And then you have no boot rotation here like some figures have, but you do have nice, his foot moves forward this far and moves back that far, which isn't bad. And then you have his ankle articulation. His ankle rockers are crazy. So yeah, so there you have him. So I'm going to get him settled down here for a second, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him into a couple poses so you guys can see him, and then I will do some comparisons, give you my last thoughts, and we will end this review. So let's get into taking a look at some comparisons with this guy. Here's how he compares the G.I. Joe Classified Series Outback. Here's how he compares the G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Officer. And here's how he compares to the Amazon original Invincible. Okay, so just really quick, I just realized that every time I say Outback, I don't say the Tiger Force in front of it. Well, sorry, but that was Tiger Force Outback. Anyway, moving on. This guy here, yeah, he's a blast to have in the collection itself. It's funny because it gives you a little bit of a laugh because of the figure. Even though that it was like that in the comic, you know, this whole outfit, and this is iconic to that. Fabulous, fabulous work. I mean, he's not the greatest as far as when it comes to articulation right here in the torso area, and with the fact of him not being able to do the splits, but for the most part, yeah, man, if you can get your hands on him and you're looking for this guy, pick him up. I wouldn't pay overpriced for him or anything like that, but he's probably really hard to get at this point in time. I don't know, I've never seen anyone have them except for that one time when I picked him up, and that was it. You know, I'm not going to go into a collectible store and pick him up and have to pay $50, $60, $70, $80 for this figure, considering that, you know, somewhere in another state, you know, I live in New York, but somewhere in another state, they might have him on the shelves. I don't know, but all I know is that he is a ghost here in this state. But anyway, with that being said, guys, look, this guy here is definitely worth the price of admission. $20 is not a bad price to beat. At the same time, you have this Spider-Man now in your collection if you're able to get your hands on him, and hopefully you can. Can Hasbro actually fix this up to where it's a lot better? Yeah, but I know what they were doing when they went this way. And look, I called the good, I called the bad. This guy here, they did a nice job with him. It is what it is when it comes to articulation. And but I gotta say, his arms aren't falling off. His, you know, he's not all wiggly waggly in the center here. I mean, yeah, so I have to give him props. Looks like they took him right off the comic, popped him right there onto the table. Now listen, people, let's not get angry over toy reviews. We're talking about toys here, man. Kids stuff. We do this because it's fun. There's no reason why anybody should be getting all crazy and hostile and cursing and freaking out on other reviewers. I haven't had that happen, and it won't happen. That's all there is to it, because I'm not gonna put up with that garbage. Not to say that the person that it was directed towards put up with that garbage, but even that person who it was directed towards even said, dude, really? So if collecting action figures or reviewing action figures, or somebody gives you something negative on a line, which I'm going to give you both sides. I don't care. I don't work for them. And even if I did work for them, I would still tell them straight, look, man, this guy sucks or he's good. Bottom line, we're spending our money on this. So everybody's going to have their opinion. And that's what's good about having an opinion. It makes you think, do I want to pick it up? Do I not want to pick it up? But for somebody to really go online and start freaking out, and I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to get into this whole toy politic thing, because you know what? I can't even fathom it. I can't even fathom a grown man going online getting so upset because somebody gave a negative review on a figure. That's why you have a choice. That's why you're given free will. Think about that, my friends. Let that sink into your head the next time somebody is getting angry over something as far as an action figure. You should be enjoying this. This is what makes it fun, not sitting here listening to people whine and cry and get all upset because you gave, oh no, you gave, the Bombastic Bagman negative input. Well, listen, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. So that's why. But yeah, I can't fathom it. I can't even comprehend it, even as I'm talking about this right now, on the fact of somebody even doing that. To me, it's ridiculous. You're a grown man. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, because I don't want to say anything, and I have a very sarcastic remarks, and I'm going to keep them to myself. But anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. Please hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything new that I'm putting up. And as always, I'll catch you on the flippity flip.